Hello, and thank you for watching Chittarupa Yoga and Fitness. Today we are going to do a stretch band strength workout. This is designed to tone our muscles, sculpt our body, and you will need some sort of a stretchy band for the exercises that we're going to do today. So you can do your best without it, but it won't be quite the same. We'll learn how to use this, again, to tone and sculpt. I am going to be using a chair. We are going to be sitting for some of this workout, and actually if you want to go ahead and get on the floor and stay on the floor for the whole thing, you can actually do all the exercises seated. I'm going to use a chair and stand and sit for various ones so that you can see some different ways to do it, but by all means, if you want to just go ahead and get on the floor and stay there, you can do it that way too. Meanwhile, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Help me out with some comments. Let me know what you think of this. If you want more like that, that's why we're doing this, because somebody commented that she liked the stretch band workout. So leave me some comments and be sure to check out that Patreon link for more exercises in another place. Let's go ahead and begin. We're just going to start with a basic little warm-up. Let's take a few deep breaths. And we're going to start with some pelvic tilts. So just a little tilting forward, starting to warm up through our abdominals, our lower back area, feeling those glutes. Now let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Inhale up, exhale all the way forward. We'll do this 3 times. And we'll stand up and hula hoop. So we always want to warm up our body a little bit before any exercise, and there are some more warm-ups, links to the warm-ups in the description. And let's go ahead and use our resistance band. And what we're going to do is kind of roll it up a little bit and just get to where we're holding our tube about shoulder distance. And we're just going to go through a little range of motion at our shoulders, warming up our upper body. Let's inhale up, exhale down. And just kind of seeing where we are today with this. And we're going to start to add a few squats, warming up those large muscles of our lower body. Let's do one more with the shoulder lift. And then just the squats. So remember, we're pushing our hips way back, squeezing to lift. We're going to get more work for this in just a moment. Now let's set that aside for a moment and just take it to a little side-to-side movement. We want to make sure that our whole body is warmed up. And again, check those links if you need more than this. Our first couple of exercises are going to continue to warm up our body as well. Now let's finish off with just a little twist. So again, we are going to start seated. This first one is going to be some rows. We're also going to throw in some boats to fire up our core. Now with our resistance band, we want to make sure that if there are grooves in our shoes, we can get them locked into those grooves. We want to make sure that we don't tilt our feet back so far as you see it almost rolled up there. The tubing will roll and come off, and it does not feel good when it hits you. It's a giant rubber band. Think about that. So let's keep, for now, our feet down. We're going to hug in, and like I said, we're going to start with our boat pose. So get a little resistance here, lifting up, trying not to lean against the back of our chair. Feel those firing muscles of our core. And let's release down. We're going to sit up tall. And let's go ahead and either get some resistance right here. We're going to start to bend and press. Leg press. So we can press back down to the floor each time. Or if we feel good in that boat pose, we can stretch straight out. We can also increase the resistance by separating our feet or even holding a little further down on the tube. So I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between different ways to do this. We're going to do a few more. Don't know about you, but I'm already feeling it. All right, let's release from here. Take a little lean forward. And we're going to lift up and work on our back now. So let's find our boat pose one more time. Like I said, we're going to do a few of these. Hug the belly in and up. Let's lift up. We might even try straightening our legs this time, or keeping them bent. Now let's place our feet down. If we're on the floor, our feet are straight out, and we always want our toes pointed a little way. That way the band isn't going to flip up. So let's shrug our shoulders back and down. Make sure we're sitting tall, and we're going to begin to row. Elbows in and back. Elbows in and back. Keeping our shoulders down. So if we want to increase the resistance that we're feeling, we can separate our feet, or again, hold a little lower on the tube. Making sure we're nice and tall, belly button pulling in and up, keeping our chest up, squeezing as if we're going to tap our elbows behind us, in and down. We can also increase the intensity by taking it to a few little pulses. And let's release from here. We want to release all the tension. Let's set that aside for a moment. Give ourselves a big hug. Come forward. And switch it up. All right, let's move to chest now. And again, if you're on the floor, stay sitting on the floor. I'm just going to stand up. We're going to take our band around behind us, up underneath our arms. And I like to hold just above where the handles are, but if you need less resistance, hold the handles, and more resistance, the further back we hold this. We're going to take it to some punches. So let's just start with some alternating punches, sitting up tall or standing up tall. And here again, if we take this faster, we're going to feel more resistance. And then just to mix it up today, let's take it to a little single, single, double punch. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. On your own. Take it faster if you want more. Should be feeling this through our chest. This is some chest work, front of our shoulders. We're going to keep going. One more. Now let's open up here. Awesome. We're going to check next. And part of the reason I'm standing is so I can turn around and show this to you. Again, sit up tall if you're on the floor. But we're going to take our tubing around in one arm, and we're going to take it around behind us. And we're going to reach back and grab it. And start to walk our hands together until we're in our cow face stretch pose. And then holding on to the tube, we're going to take our lower arm and press it down and out. So just bend and straighten. Very good. We're going to do 4 more like this, starting to feel that arm. Woo. 2 more. And let's go ahead and pull this top arm up and hold, just to stretch that arm out. Okay, let's do the other arm. Let's switch, reach around back here. Again, just walk it together a little bit. Just find a place that's comfortable, and we're going to press down, straighten and bend. Staying tall. Very good. Keep breathing. We're going to do 2 more. And then we'll place that arm, lift this one, and stretch for a moment. Awesome. Oops. And let's release from here. Let's have a seat again if we're standing. And we're going to move back to some legs. Oh, and core. Let's start with the tubing around our legs, get a little forward, so that when we lift into our boat, straight legs or bent. A little resistance extra if you want. Keep squeezing the knees together. This is a knees together squeezing. And because we've done that, now we can do this next one. We're going to start with the feet together. We're just going to open and close. feeling the outside of our thighs, toning up our legs, sitting up tall. We can keep this on the floor if we don't want to lift up. And of course, if you want more resistance, pull back on the tube. Less resistance, release on the tube. More by taking it faster. Let's release from there. And again, let's do that boat one more time, at least. Just feel those core muscles firing up again. Don't lean against the back of the chair. This is to develop our core muscles, those deep transverse abdominis muscles. Adding some toning to our midsection. Okay, let's get some counterbalance to our thighs here. We won't use our tube for this one. Oh, and I forgot, you do need to stand up. We're going to take it to some wide squats. This is just to work through the inner thighs since we just worked our outer thighs. And actually, if you just want to sit in the butterfly stretch and stretch this out, that'll work too. If you're on the floor, that butterfly stretches heels together and just pumping the knees. Well, let's do a few more of whatever we're doing. And we're going to move on to biceps. So, let's take this tube underneath our feet again. And what we're going to do is take our legs out, and just like when we did our row, I'm trying to get those grooves in my shoes so this tubing doesn't slide too much. And we're going to sit tall, shoulders back, elbows in. Now, let's go ahead and do both together. Feet wide for more, in for less. We can also do one at a time for less. So just kind of find that spot. We're just, again, doing toning today. Sculpting exercises. We can also get into our forearms a little bit by flipping. Lifting this way. Still getting the biceps, but getting more of our arm here. Feeling a little bit of wrist as well. Breathe. Sitting tall. And let's do one more boat. Breathing here into the top of our lungs. And we're going to release down. Okay, we're going to hold on to just one handle. You can do this standing or sitting. I'm going to go ahead and stand. If you are on the floor, stick it underneath your bottom. We're going to work into our shoulder a little bit here. So if we're standing or sitting in the chair, we can take this underneath our foot, and we're just going to lift straight up to the front, adjusting as we need to. I think I found my spot. Working through the front of our shoulder. We can even work out to the side of our shoulder. Let's do 3 here. So should be feeling a little resistance, our arm not coming any higher than our own shoulder. Standing or sitting tall here. Let's go out to the side one more time. Getting all parts of our shoulder today. Nice sculpted shoulders. And let's switch to the other side. And again, just kind of start to the front. Adjust by standing on a little more or a little less of the band. Let's take this out to the side. Almost done. Back to the front. We're going to stretch out just a little bit. And there are some links to deeper stretches for everything in the description below here. Let's go ahead and set this aside, and we will stretch everything out. Let's go ahead and begin here. We're going to try that cow face. So just placing our hands somewhere on our back, opening up here. And let's go ahead and step out wide and take a lunge. Let's lift up, switch sides, and lunge. So hopefully you're feeling this. If you want more, go ahead and play the video a second time and run through the workout again. You can do it up to 3 times at once just to get the full benefits of the sculpting and the toning. Let's come here and hinge forward. Let's reach back, clasp our hands, and open up. So yeah, you can watch the video a few times, run through the workout about 3 times at a time, just to really increase that toning capability. Let's sit back here on the chair, and we're going to cross one leg over the other, opposite arm on top for a hug. While we're here, let's look over one shoulder. Lifting up, let's switch everything. Other shoulder. And hopefully we're feeling a little more invigorated today. We're ready for some other activities, which can include leaving me some comments. Again, let me know what you think of this. Let's do 2 deep breaths. Check out that Patreon link for more yoga, meditation, mudra, pranayama instruction. All right, and I will see you next time.